Alrighty, so looks good. Welcome. So, not doing anything too earth-shattering on this stream. I do want to do some web dev on open source computer science, so I have that pulled up. Been hacking into the old Twitter profile, got some quotes going, and that's why I got pulled up on the chat there. I think I'm gonna start starting streams like that, is because it's kind of interesting. So the whole point of let's see, let me scroll back up. I put the quote from last time. The reason oh, come on. Oh, where is it? Well, I guess I could just look at it here. So, in my about. Uh, oh. Alrighty. So, looks good. Welcome. Alright, gotta mute myself. Okay. Anyways, here it is. If I have seen a little further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Isaac Newton, 1676. And actually, in my profile, I have the link for where that quote comes from. It was a letter between him and someone else. But anyways, the whole point is that was on a statue at CSU, and I remember thinking about that a lot, walking around on campus, and it's we're only as good as the other people before us. So, and if we're able to figure out more things, it's thanks to the pioneers of the field and stuff like that, or just whoever discovered more. So, something thoughtful, and then also that made me think of this one. If you were me, then I'd be you. Then I'd use your body to get to the top. You can't stop me no matter who you are. That's from when Jim Carrey played Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and that's why I had that pulled up. Because I wanted to get the quote, and I think I have a link to the YouTube video of that scene itself. So the reason that that's important is just makes me think of the white hat concept of paying it forward, helping others. But if we keep this up and we keep spreading like the encouragement, we keep encouraging others to learn more technology, more techniques, more tools, and just helping others, we're just gonna have a better life all around. And actually, that is why I really wanted to do. Oh, and also I did throw in CodinGame again because a couple reasons. I figure as according to the description, as long as it's science and technology or software and game development, and everything I do, well, if I'm doing a gaming stream like I just did earlier today, like Tiny Tina's, I wouldn't use CodinGame. But for the other stuff, for the nerdy stuff, yeah, definitely. Plus, I'm happy to announce I'm doing some playgrounds on CodinGame. So let's actually pull that up. I did have my replit, so actually let me talk about that real quick. So I have the files here on my replit. The link's fixed in my Twitch profile, so you can go there. And this is all free. I mean, your view will be different because you won't be logged as me, but you'll be able to see a view of all of these files. Feel free to copy them, take them. You don't even have to download them. You just copy and paste it into your own editor or your own replit or whatever you have. These will also work in Linux as long as you have this first line here to tell the environment. And also, oh, I guess I can just keep this up. Anyways, yeah, so those are good to go, but I'm going to close these to kind of see if I can keep latency down. I think the less projects, obviously, so go ahead and get rid of that. So those are what I have so far, as well as some basic stuff, not as much as I'd like on the open source computer science site. However, I am in the process of doing playgrounds, which are these. And so, let's see, I have Hello World. They're not published yet, and that's fine, because I still have a long ways to go with them. I'm still discovering more things that I can do with these. Let's see, if we were to go, oh, so that's the instructions. It's also good to read the instructions first. Let's see, oh yeah, I was adding a description of what the Hello World program was and stuff. So let's go ahead and save that, and then this is what we have so far. So we have the fancy, the titles, then the code. I believe you can play with it and stuff if you were visiting this playground. And so we already I have most of it up so far. The problem is you have to go all the way down here to create new lines to test the code. Like if you wanted to see, okay, I want to see recursion in, with 100 steps, 100 iterations. Okay, then you'd have to come down here type, recurse this with 100, you know. In fact, this is even, ooh, that's a bug, potentially. I did not finish my print down here. I don't know what I was going to do, so actually, yeah, let's do this. An example of a test, print, recurse. Actually, no, sorry, that would not be the correct way to test this. You would just this with, I don't know, 100. But I also have a section where you can test. Let's see, yeah, I have test and control flow. So you could call this function and then it would run all of the tests that are worth, or not all of them, sorry, a good amount of tests that are worth noting. They demonstrate corner cases. Let's see, this one tests on the divider between A and B, and then, the rest of them. I don't know why I have 89. And either way, a good set of tests. So that's an example. But eventually, I want to make these into multi-page playgrounds, and that is what I've been working on the last couple of days. Is just kind of doing this, looking back and forth between the examples, and I have 3 going. So that's Python. Then we have C++, very beginning. I can't even get a for loop to work. I'm pretty sure I need an int there, but anyways, that's a little buggy so far, but that's in the works. And if I were to go back to my playgrounds, no, and that's not saving. But anyways, got Java, Python, and C++. So within the next, I'd say, week or two, is a good estimate. I hope to have a decent amount of these completed. I mean, Python's pretty much there. So if you look again at Python, if we were to save and then go back to, I mean, eventually I want to make this into a multi-page playground where each of these concepts would be its own page. There would be a description, although I do have, so I have a good description for Java and open source computer science, but I don't have it prepared yet for Python or C++. So, it's stuff that are in the works. For now, though, for this stream, I wanted to, so this is one of my projects, my open source projects, just to kind of, not something that I can do at this moment. I'm not rich in any means, but, if someone else were to take this business idea and implement it, that'd be totally awesome. And I want to make these more available, more appealing, and yeah. But also I had a whole nother idea for one of those. So let's see, we got, go ahead and close that. I'm going to leave this up because I might do some work on that this stream. But yeah, the ones that are already created, if you go to the Learn tab on CodinGame, see, I didn't know about this. I haven't really explored this site as much as I probably should have. I usually stick to the practice puzzles and the competing code clashes, which I have tons of videos on by now. But no, if you go to the Learn tab, you get all of these different playgrounds, which can demonstrate. Well, you can obviously filter them because there's so many different ones. But I think, let's see, Python has 87, so that's a pretty popular one. If you were to filter it down on Python, here's recursion, a whole playground on recursion. You got file manipulation, all sorts of stuff. So it's worth checking out, if you're trying to figure out, or just if you're just starting out with the language, check here. Looks like a bunch in Spanish, or is that French? Apologies, I don't know. It's foreign. A lot of them. Well, I haven't really found very good. You've got, yeah, so I think once I get these published, they'll be pretty good. Because, I mean, I'm really just trying to go over the basic concepts. I mean, we're not even dealing with data structures yet. I want to go back into depth with graphs, certain built-in functions like zip, map, stuff like that. But as far as what I have so far, it's really just the basics. So if you're learning the language, you want to play with things, trying to understand how things work, you've got your loops, recursion even, and that's about as complex as this gets so far. I'll do a Python advanced as well. That's how I've been splitting it up. So if you go back here, you can see Java's already there. Let's go ahead and open up a Java. I've even got my description, how to get an IDE set up. I've got code snippets all good to go. You can copy paste these into Eclipse and they work. I mean, this isn't the most appealing. I want to put that box background back in, but that's eventual. Ooh, sorry, while I'm thinking of it, I need to go to my artificial intelligence page and add my temporary fix. Because now that I introduced navigation bars, I broke another part. So, wait, where are we? Oh, too far. Yeah, really trying to gussy up the auxiliary pages. Artificial intelligence, there we go. So we've got QA tips, artificial intelligence. Okay, and now that we have ways to go back to all that other stuff, we need to go down to, let's see, there. That's where it's broken. To fix this, this is just a temporary, this is a band-aid. But in case I don't get around to fixing it later, at least it won't look like this. Oops. I don't think it matters with the bottom one. Let's see what that's looking like. There you go. So, and that's my intention, is to have this as a list where you can see all of them, but I had to manipulate the list tag to get these to work, and I've been having issues adjusting one without breaking the other. But anyways, at least that looks a little better. I still need to come back and actually finish this page and start doing the JavaScript program down here, but I don't know. For now, I'm trying to get these beginner tutorials out first, so let's go ahead and save that. Now, my next project, I want to basically make the same theme. So, I actually have, I started to put some JavaScript in here. I think, yeah, that's just for the random number generator here. So, there's already code that people can take and run with. If they were to make a lottery for rewarding, average grade school teachers or professors or whatever. I mean, this is a project idea that other people can take and use at their will. Um, I mean, I just think it would be really cool to see this being done. So I can't do it. I don't have the money, and I'm not about to take a business loan out for that because I'm not that much of a salesman. I mean, if other people are willing to push for, it's basically donation based. You'd be buying tickets for teachers. So, but then still, you can make it a profitable business by doing, 70, 80, or 90% of the donations actually go to the teacher awards, whereas you keep that percentage for whoever's working for this or whatever. So, but again, this is just an idea, just a concept, but I want to put these out there so if somebody that is wealthy can go ahead and take the idea and run with it. And let's actually go ahead and see. So Java, yeah, I want everything to be at the Java's level, which means I need to go back and add descriptions to each of those sections. Whereas Python, if we were to go back, well, let's go back to home, Python. Yeah, this isn't nearly, actually that just looks bad. Do I, let's go ahead and close that out. Getting too much. Or wait, I could have just done. Anyways, I have a ways to go with Python, but for now, I want to do a new pen. Okay, is that going to cause lag? Yeah, it's alright. I'm basically going to copy over the teacher lottery. That's it. It's just the body. So that's a very simple CSS. And then I think you only need to have body. I think the HTML tags are redundant on CodePen. So, what housing crisis? OS dash open source project. What housing crisis? So, my whole thinking behind this is let's go and throw a body tag in there. You know, throw the corresponding. Okay, save. Let's do an H1. Oops. My whole thinking with this one would be let's see. Let's see. Real estate business. Precious. And I'll have to run all this through a spell checker because there is not one on CodePen. So I could have typos for a long time before I realize it. Alright, so actually, and I'll work on this more later. I just wanted to make sure that I had a note, and then we could even copy over the idea of a theme selector for the projects. Eventually I do. In fact, let's go ahead and put that in the coming soon. These are like notes to myself, like, hey, I need to finish this. Oh, we're in artificial intelligence. Hold on. And I'll have to I'll have to add a home button as well. Alright, so, where are we going? OSCS. Okay. Coming soon. Okay, no, I do have it in there. Convert theme selector to open source projects. Teacher lottery, hand raised. What housing crisis? Cool. So, I'm just gonna add notes to myself here. Like, let's see. Or list. To list. Copy these a few times. Alright. Rent to own terms. Let's see. Lowest interest rates possible. Let's see. Clients can, let's see, request early loan forgiveness after certain time period. Successful payments, I don't know. Like, the whole idea of this is because the current housing crisis in America, like, it's basically because companies are buying up all the properties and then renting them out, but they're making it almost impossible for, the middle class to buy houses. So this would counteract that, and this would be mostly funded by, wealthy people, to the point where, think about all those, like, famous musicians, movie stars, athletes, you know, set up a way to make this anonymous for wealthy persons to contribute to it, and then let them help fix the country, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to make a project stub. I'll worry about that in my own time. The more important thing, or the thing that I wanted to do, is basically copy over this theme selector and get that working on all of them. Just so, it looks a little like more. Let's see. I think that's all I really need. And then I'll add some different color schemes to these themes. Alright. So throw that in there. Now we have... Just leave those in there for now. Does it even change anything? No, it breaks because... Oh yeah, it actually doesn't even have the... Never mind. Of course it's not going to work because it doesn't have any of the... that part. So, now this I'm actually going to have to append to the end of this because I want to keep that other functionality. So now we have the theme selector stuff. And it's already going to crash. Will it actually change anything? Because there aren't any header bars. Let's see, where is it telling us the error is? Oh yeah, also the body. So I need to ID the body. That might actually... There. I was gonna say, it might change some of it. Okay. Standard doesn't go back to normal. Okay. .396. Let's do that. There we go. So they'll have a theme. So the open source projects. Oh no. Let's see what I do. I went ahead and broke that. Actually, since these are standalone projects, let's just try commenting that out. Wait, did I not? There we go. Okay. There we go. Because we really don't need that if we're not going to have navigational bars. And I'm not going to muck up these project sites with those just yet. So we'll keep them as independent project pages. So yeah, there's teacher lottery, housing crisis. Well, I'll have to do a lot of fixing on that. Let's go ahead and do all those. Comment these out. Take that out. And change that to 6.9. Wait, was it? .396. Sorry, I'm being a little dyslexic there. Why? Body. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so actually we can take that out, change it here, 9.6. Okay, there we go. Now we at least have the project stubs, and also I should keep it uniform. Let's just take out OS. There. Okay. Let's go, and I'll also have to plop that in there. Let's get the theme selector again. Ooh, also I just realized. So I'm picking up a div, which would be... Oh, brand row. There we go. So there's the opening divisor, here's the closing. Okay. That was just a little confusing. So that right in the top here. Alright, now there we go. Alright, cool. So, don't know if it'll actually, it'll change a little bit. Okay, and then also, so we got teacher lottery, housing crisis, and then hand raised, which, or no, hand raised would be a separate thing. Sorry, so I'm doing that theme. This blue, let's see. Here we go, yeah. So OS STEM math, OS STEM science. Then I have food, okay, that one should be food production project. This one should be, so, I actually don't even have, oh wow. I was gonna say I don't even have body tags on this one. Let's see. Wait a minute. I haven't seen this in a long time. Let's see if we're doing that there. The selector. Okay. There we go. Alright. Oops. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Okay, so now I can at least kind of separate those. If we go back into all my pens. The green ones are the projects, and that olive green kind of type thing is all computer science stuff. And then these are the blue are the hand raised, so for grade school tutoring stuff. And then that's another open source project for whoever else to take over. I mean, that one's not even, that's further along than the teacher lottery one. That's more just trying to deal with world hunger in the world, but then come to find out it's really more linked to like where all the violence is happening. So it's almost like you got to stop world violence before you can stop world hunger. But anyways, these are just some nifty ideas like of what's being done about trying to get more water, more crops, more stuff like that. So, but that's mothballed for now. I want to do. I really want to get to these. If I can get a publishable playground on CodinGame, that would be nice. Alright, let's see. Did I have any other? Might just do some clashes. I think that was about all I really wanted to do. I'm not really wanting to get into web design any. So let's get into some clashes. So I'll go ahead and close this stuff. Did I get it? Okay, that. Alright, fastest mode. Given an integer matrix of size n by m, A norm is a positive value meant to qualify the size, length of an element. In our case, we want to compute the norm of a matrix. There exist several norms used for different scenarios. Some of the most common matrix norms are, let's see. I'm so confused. For each column, compute the sum of the absolute values of every element in that column. The norm 1 is the maximum of these sums. Then the infinite norm is for each row, but same thing, compute the sum of the absolute values of every element in that row. The infinite norm is the maximum of those sums. And the max norm, compute the maximum of the absolute values of every element in the matrix. Oh, okay. So the first one, got it. So that would be column max equals negative 999. Row max equals negative 999. Total max equals negative 999 for now. So, and how are we printing these out? 1, print C max, comma, R max, comma, T max. There we go. If R max, oh wait a minute. So now I'm confused. Wait, so the norm 1 for each column of the matrix, compute the sum of the absolute values of every element in that column. Okay, so it's whichever column has the most. Alright, and then the infinite norm for each row, compute the sum of the absolute values of every element in that row. The infinite norm is the maximum of those sums. Running total equals 0. Let's see. For item in read.split, can I do that? No. Line equals that. There we go. What's wrong? Split. Oh, because read's just input? That's an int, too. Actually, so this logic isn't relevant either, because I was going to do if one was bigger than the other, then the total max. That's for every element. Alright, let's see. Compute the maximum of the absolute values of every element in the matrix. Let's see some So that's the max. Wait. So the highest column is 2, 3. Oh no. Gosh, what's that? So the highest column is 5. Then the highest row is 5. Then the highest overall is 3. So yeah, so that's the individual. So what we really need, columns and rows. So actually, wait, before I even get into that, I don't know if I even really need to keep track of that. There we go. Greater than, um, okay, so okay, so that takes care of the row total, so R max. Now, without using zip, because that's one of the things that I'm aware about now, and I do need to learn how to use it a little better. But until I do, I need to figure out a way. Also, I need to reset running total to 0. Otherwise, that's going to cause issues. So there we go. We'll find the max for the row. In fact, let's go ahead and see. Yeah, we're getting the second value correct. 33, 11. So if you did almost there, 33 is the middle one. 11. Oh, wait a minute. Ooh. But it's a value. So when we're dealing with that, we need to do abs. I think is how you do that. Oh no. 46. There we go. So 33, 46, and it expected. There we go. Sorry, I forgot that it was right there. So now to keep track of, that's why I threw index in there. And so line could be, oh no. Nice. Yeah, I gotta get going. Um. I'm trying to think. Okay, and then columns at position I plus equals absolute value of red. There we go. So that's going to, let's see, I also need to reset index, or no, I need to reset it, but I also need to make sure that I'm using it. There we go. So index, and then columns at that position at index will have, oh, and all we got to do once we're completely done, Cmax equals max of columns. And then Tmax, there we go. If absolute value of read is greater than Tmax, Tmax equals abs read. Actually, that might have done all of it. Oh no, 23, what do we do? What do we do? Index out of range. Okay, so for num in range n columns dot append 0. Okay, we're getting closer. So expected, something's not being reset. So, wait a minute. So I need to set so close. I got 3 minutes. Alright. It's something to do with columns. Like I'm not resetting it to 0, or reinitializing it at some point, or... Let's see, so this gets 8. No, that's 78. Let's see. Don't think we need line. Don't think we need rows. Okay. So this one, if it's making Cmax okay, here we go. So print columns. I want to see what we're getting for columns. 2, 0. Ooh. Should be 1, 1. So the columns at index plus equals that. And then now, oh, there we go. Is that better? Run them. Got it. Alright, cool. 48 seconds to spare. What? 50%? Oh well. That was sloppy. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we'll do one more and round it out. Oh, someone's copying whale. Unless that is whale. Oh. Hit enter. Alright, another fastest mode. You got a farm with fantastic creatures and a stock of food. You have to know if the stock is big enough to feed all creatures. Each creature takes a portion of food except the troll. What's that? You must not feed the troll. Okay. There's only 4 of us. Alright. Let's wait. Number of food portions. The fantastic creatures. So, number of food portions. Fantastic creatures. If monster is not equal to troll, count plus equals 1. Initialize count to 0. Don't need the double space. If count less than equal to, wait a minute. Well, I think that's the logic. Else print okay, elif. Now we gotta add a condition. If let's see, count less than or equal to. Wait, how would I do that? Two times. There we go. Print a lot of food. Or is it? Yes, a lot of food. I think that should do it. Because we're only counting the non-troll creatures. Let's see. Alright, so we're false triggering on something there. We ignored the trolls. So it might just be the odd one. We've got 12 minutes. What is just enough food? So we got 6, 5. Just is that it? It's good to pay attention to the error messages. Because there we go. That should be it. Bada bing. I was going to say, that's the same profile picture as whale. So I wonder, that might be something popular, but let's see. I don't know. I'm kind of eager to get back to figuring out the playgrounds, but I think I'm going to do that off stream. So at least I did get some progress done on OSCS. So, oh, and I have new handy dandy links. You can start doing. Let's see, what are these commands? Let's go and apply that for that. All right. So if you ever want to see what quote 1 is, you can do that. If you want a table flip, do that. Alright, and I'll be adding more of that. Let's see. Nice. Let's see how they did. Oh man. Oh, yeah, keeping a track of trolls. Nice. Let's see, I haven't seen these. Either way, I think we'll just keep it at a short stream for now until I have more. Until I have more of this. I think I might even publish it. Well, for now, it's like the beginner concepts. And maybe change it into pages later. But anyways, I want to have a little more with that. So for now, we'll call that good. I don't know, I might do some more clashing tonight, but really I think I'm going to try to get Playgrounds work done. Because I want to get, let's see, My other one's caught up. And I need to go fix that again. I thought I fixed that. Change it to be beginner C++ concepts, but I want to at least get these caught up. So, and that's very basic. Let's see. Should we wait for... Yeah. I think that's good. Good rounded out hour. Alright, well, until next time, I'll see everyone later. Have a good night. Peace.